friends, y'all come on in the house because I'm fixing to share with y'all the most incredible French toast casserole that you've ever put in your mouth. And I'll never forget who gave me this recipe. Her name is Gwen, and she and Tom, they're just the sweetest people. She owns Four Seasons Travel Agency here in town. So Gwen, I'm so glad you gave me this recipe 12, 15 years ago, I don't know. But it's so good, and I'm so happy to share it with y'all. It's one of those casseroles, you know, that you make the night before and get up and put it in the oven the next morning, which these are so wonderful for like Christmas morning. I used to fix something very similar to this when my children were growing up. Or brunches. Every time I do a brunch, I serve this dish. So let's get going. I'm gonna start with 8 eggs. And I'm gonna beat them up. They're the color of my blouse, aren't they? How about it? Now I'm going to slowly add my liquid. Now this is 1 cup of half and half milk. Oh no, this is 1 cup of milk. I'm sorry, thank you, Teresa. Keep me straight, honey, because you know I'll jump off the rail if you ain't watching me. All right, so let's see, I want that as low as it can go, because now I'm gonna add the half and half, and that's 2 cups, y'all. I think one reason I love this dish so much is because you can make it ahead. All right, I'm putting in a couple of tablespoons of white sugar. I'm putting in some nutmeg. I'm putting in some vanilla extract. And I'm putting in some cinnamon. Cinnamon. Now I was playing, but now I can't say it's cinnamon. Okay, so I'm just gonna give that a few twirls. You know, it doesn't need to get frothy or anything like that. So, I think that's got it. Alrighty. So I'm using 1 loaf of French bread, or if you got a loaf like this long, maybe 20 slices. So I'm just gonna line this up in our dish, and I'm gonna kind of let it overlap some in order to get all of our bread in there. And you can use, if you don't have French bread, brioche, it's wonderful using that. Or you can use plain old white bread. All right, I think I'm gonna need a little bit more. This was like that half a loaf of French bread I had left over in it. When I have French bread for a meal, y'all, if there's like this much left, I put it in the freezer and save it for another recipe. So I had 2 pieces of French bread in the refrigerator. So I just got to put my hands on the other one. Where did my loaf of bread go, y'all? I had out 2.
I
know where you're talking about. Got it. I'll be right back.
Oh, okay. Somebody move my cheese. Who moved my cheese? Rat-a-tat-tat. Thank you. So I took this out of the freezer and a piece of the French, a loaf of the French bread. So, oh my gosh, this bread is so good and fresh. We must have made this, Eddie, and I put it right in the freezer.
You know, when we did your live Shop HQ, we had that bread day.
Oh, yes, I remember. So, I mean, this is fresh bread. But any bread will work. Oh, I want a sandwich. It is so fresh.
That's Deb Murray's
Deb Murray
creation.
made that.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, does Deb make good bread. All right, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 21. But I'm gonna put one more slice in it. Oh, Michael.
What?
I know you're not eating bread right now, but I've just pulled some French bread and a loaf of white bread out of the freezer.
Uh-huh.
Oh my gosh, just touch right there.
Wait, let me wash my hands.
Yes, wash your hands. Because that bread is so good and fresh. And Michael's dieting right now, y'all, so he's trying to stay away from bread. Oh my goodness, it's out of this world. So fresh. All right, so here we go now. I'm going to pour our custard over our bread. Just like that. How about this, y'all? And I hadn't used any butter yet.
It's not over.
It ain't over. The show ain't over, Mikey. All right, so you kind of want to lift your bread and let that custard kind of get in there. Okay, I'm gonna do. You want to taste the bread before you leave?
Yeah, I thought you forgot about me.
No, I didn't forget about you. I'm just trying to do my casserole. So, and this was one of those. What I started with was one of those small round. That was mine. All right, so you want to just, like I said, just make sure that bread is where it can soak up that custard. This is gonna be delicious. All right, now at this point, we would cover that with a plastic wrap and put it in the refrigerator until the next morning. So I'm gonna put this in the refrigerator. I'm not gonna be able to keep it like overnight. We're gonna cheat a little bit. All right, so we didn't have 24 hours. You're supposed to cover this with foil, put it in the refrigerator and let it sit overnight. But this is what Teresa did. She took our turkey baster. You know, she was making funny sounds with it. And I looked over there and saw what she was doing. So she took this turkey baster and she just basted that. And I swear, it is like it sat overnight. It soaked up almost all of the liquid. So if you forget about making it, you can just cheat a little bit and still go in and make it that morning when you get up. All right, so I got to make that praline topping, and I have 2 sticks of softened butter, a cup of pecans, chopped pecans, a half a teaspoon of cinnamon, a half a teaspoon of nutmeg, 2 tablespoons, I believe it's 2 tablespoons. Yes, 2 tablespoons of light corn syrup, and 1 cup of packed light brown sugar. So in goes our syrup. We used to eat this, Bubba and I, when we were growing up. We would eat Karo syrup on our pancakes or waffles. It's good. All right, so 1 cup of powdered sugar.
Of brown sugar.
What did I say?
Powdered sugar.
Light brown sugar. Oh my gosh, this is, I put my butter in the microwave on defrost and I about let it get too soft. So don't do that. Just let it get to room temperature, but we didn't have time to get it to room temperature. So this is a lot soupier than it should normally be. But it's not gonna hurt it 1 drop, y'all. Okay, so I'm going to spoon this on top evenly. just gonna dollop it and then I'll come back and spread it. And I tell you what, you're gonna drive your guests crazy with this wonderful recipe. I've got a lot of French toast casseroles, but I have to say I think this might be the family's favorite. Oh, I've got stuffed French toast recipes. Ooh, they're good too. Whoops.
I think I'm gonna have breakfast for dinner.
You know what? I feel you. I may just join you, Eddie. I love breakfast for dinner. Don't y'all sometimes? Okay. I love grits and eggs for supper. Okie dokie. Beautiful. Beautiful. All right, we're gonna put this in the oven at 350, y'all. And we're gonna bake it for, I can't remember. So let me go over here and look. We're gonna bake it at 350, y'all, for about 40 minutes. That's what I thought. So I'm gonna put this in the oven, let it bake for 25 minutes, and then we're gonna come back and do the very best part. Okie dokie, I'm gonna put a little powdered sugar on top of our praline French toast casserole.
And it smells so good.
Oh, you can smell it, Eddie. Okie dokie. Oh, hear the crunchy crisp of the bread. Oh my goodness, y'all are gonna love this recipe. You're gonna love, 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 love. And remember, we weren't able to let it soak all night. So Teresa just took the turkey baster and stood up there and just kept running it through it till it was all absorbed. Oh, and I do like my syrup warm, but
I can't believe you're not putting butter on it.
well, it had butter in it. Didn't it have 2 sticks of butter on it? Even I can't. Even I have to draw the line, Teresa. I know you don't think that's possible. Look at that custard. That custard that we beat up and put on it. Oh, it's still real hot. Excuse me, y'all. Y'all let me know how you like it. Personally, I think you're gonna love, love. You know, I think we even served this one time at, that crispy crust. I think we served this for a while at Paula Deen Family Kitchen on the breakfast menu, didn't we?
I think so, yeah.
It's good. Well, there y'all go. Another day, another 25 cents, y'all. But I'm still sending you love and best dishes right on.